Having 19 kids isn't easy, so laying down some rules is essential for a happy family. But the Duggar family is known for having some of the weirdest fashion rules ever. Wait until you hear their secret code words for immodest fashion and the actual term for Duggar couture. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the taco for more videos like this one. No workout clothes. This will make more sense as we reveal more about their fashion rules, but it's true the Duggars are not allowed to wear workout clothes as they go against everything they believe in. And if they do wear them, they're completely basic and nothing like you'd expect from any regular gym goers. For example, Joy-Anna was on the news in 2014 for being able to squat an impressive 145 pounds. But did you notice what she was wearing in the Instagram video? It looks just like the clothes the Duggars wear outside of the gym. It's actually pretty impressive she was able to lift 145 pounds in what looks like a skirt, just a regular t-shirt and a jacket. Either this proves that we're all wasting money on fancy and comfortable workout clothes, or that the Duggars have so much potential they're not tapping into when it comes to their fitness influence. At the time this video was taken, Joy-Anna was only 17, which is pretty impressive. The family does get involved in sports activities. However, they always try to have all the kids play a single sport at the same time. And we bet they don't wear workout clothes to those activities either. No swimwear in public. The Duggars are a family that doesn't like to wear revealing clothing, so naturally they have a couple of rules when it comes to swimwear. Michelle Duggar addressed this in one of her blog posts and stated that the family does not visit the beach in the summertime. Instead, they try to visit their friends' swimming pools or go to a private lake, and they still try to wear swimwear that's as modest as possible. The Duggars believe that their religion tells them to cover up as much as possible. They want to avoid unwelcome eyes at all costs. Their swimsuits all come from the same brand called Swimwear, which focuses on creating modest swimwear. The Duggar family swimsuits look like dresses with high necklines and sleeves. Underneath that dress, there's another layer of undergarment that goes down to cover their knees. And all of it is totally designed for swimming, which, to be honest, is pretty cool. While Michelle Duggar wore bikinis in the past, she wants to protect her family from unwanted attention from the opposite gender. However, Michelle also states that she doesn't force these rules on anyone else outside of the family. She totally understands that other people do wear different types of swimwear. Thighs should be covered up at all times. So let's go into the details of some of these crazy rules that would explain why the Duggars can't wear workout clothes or regular swimsuits. The Duggar fashion rules state that a woman should cover up her thighs at all times. Michelle Duggar states that according to the scripture, God talks about the thigh being uncovered and mentions that this represents nakedness and shame. So to make sure the family is not revealing too much unnecessary skin, the guidelines suggest to cover up their thighs, which means that even their skirts and other types of clothing need to feature a certain length in order to be considered appropriate for the family to wear. This conservative ideology comes from the same goal, which is to remove unwanted attention that usually comes with revealed skin, or so the family claims. We can only imagine how hard it must be to find summer clothing or what happens when it's really hot outside. It's also noted that these are just mere guidelines. It seems that the Duggar family has a wild child that doesn't exactly follow these fashion rules, but more about that in just a bit. Now, let's move on to the next rule. Torsos should be covered up at all times. It's not just thighs, it's also torsos that shouldn't be exposed. Their belief that torsos need to be covered at all times also comes from the same ideology of removing unwanted attention by the opposite gender. Of course, that's also why you probably won't see anyone from the Duggar family ever wear a bikini. This is the one rule that seems to also be respected by the kids. In a 2012 blog post, Ginger said that their parents always taught them to be as modest as possible, which also includes clothing. And not showing your stomach is one of those modest rules. If you think about it, this rule is probably enforced by far more people than just the Duggar family. The kids also state that their clothes are still extremely comfortable, so they're not missing out on much by wearing things like bikinis or crop tops. Oh, and by the way, most of these fashion rules only apply to women, not men. Although we have a feeling that even the men of the Duggar family have to stick to the no showing your torso guidelines when wearing clothes. If you're shocked now, you'll be even more shocked by the next 6 rules because they're even crazier. No more bare shoulders. So on top of showing no skin in areas like torsos and thighs, the Duggars also aren't allowed to show their shoulders. If you look at the way they dress, you'll notice that every single shirt comes with sleeves. They cover up the shoulders and sometimes even go down to the elbows. The philosophy behind this rule is exactly the same as the philosophy behind any other rules they might have. Of course, the reasoning behind these rules worried several fans who think the Duggars just have controversial views about women. The Duggars also belong to a movement known as the Quiverful movement. The movement's founder has faced many controversies over the years, which is why people seem to be skeptical of the Duggars' fashion rules. In their book called Growing Up Duggar, which was written by the 4 eldest daughters, the Duggars outline what they think of these rules. According to the daughters, they don't dress modestly because they're ashamed of their bodies. They dress modestly because they realize their body is a special gift that's only intended to be shared with their future husband, which would also explain the next fashion rule the Duggars have to follow. No cleavage. So naturally, the ladies also aren't allowed to show any cleavage, which means the family is very strict when it comes to choosing the correct tops to wear. Most of the time, you can probably find the Duggars avoiding any low-neck shirts, and when they do, they absolutely always wear an undershirt. If you look at their clothing, it's always extremely simplistic in order to make sure it's not drawing attention. The Duggar girls also state that their fashion rules mean they have to get in a very strange habit. Because of that rule, the girls are taught to always cover the top of their shirt with their hands whenever they bend. In their words, they said they don't want to play the peekaboo game with their neckline. So if you look at their family photos, you'll notice these rules are strictly followed. But if you thought the skin revealing rule means they need to cover every part of their body, you're wrong. Because there's at least one Duggar member that's rebelling against these rules. No pants. We can kind of understand the rules such as no shoulders showing, no cleavage, no low-cut neck shirts, and so on and so on. But did you know that the Duggar girls also aren't allowed to wear pants or jeans or anything that would cover their calves unless it's a skirt? Their dress code strictly forbids pants and encourages the women of the family to fill their closets with over-the-knee skirts. According to the family, this also encourages the girls to wear some feminine clothes and follow the biblical guidelines. But in 2017, the media was shocked when they noticed that Ginger was changing the rules when she married her husband. In one of her social media posts, you can clearly see Ginger wearing regular jeans, which, if you're the fan of the Duggars, it's pretty shocking. In November 2017, it was also revealed that Jill Duggar decided to step out of these guidelines and put on jeans at Silver Dollar City. And boy, did the Duggar fans freak out. Everyone knows about the Duggar fashion rules by now, so seeing the kids out of their element is extremely surprising. For All Footwear. So you might be wondering, what does that say about the Duggar footwear? Are they allowed to wear heels, sandals, Crocs? Well, the short answer is yes. Have you ever seen the Duggar family pictures and paid attention to their feet? Their shoe game is always on point. According to the Duggars, there are no modesty rules when it comes to shoes. Michelle Duggar doesn't think there are any immodest rules that can come with footwear, so the kids can pretty much choose whatever shoes they want to wear. This is also why you've seen the Duggars in plenty of shoe types over the years. They don't limit themselves to anything when it comes to shoes and have no problem wearing shiny things or high heels. But what they do love are shoe deals and thrift stores. You've probably seen the episode where the Duggars go shoe shopping for the upcoming wedding. Even then, the kids weren't really limited to the type of shoe they could choose. We have a feeling their shoe collection at home is probably bigger than their entire closet, and we're officially jealous. It's probably a good thing that Michelle Duggar doesn't know just how far a shoe obsession can go. We have a feeling she'd quickly change the shoe rules if she did. The Nike Code. While this is not a fashion rule, it's still interesting to add. Apparently, the family developed a code to warn each other when immodest women are near. So imagine Duggars seeing someone with bare shoulders, a short skirt, jeans, or a low-cut top. They might not want other people to follow their fashion rules, but they do have a rule when they see those people in public, and the code word they use is called Nike. According to the Duggars, that's a signal for the men in the family, and whenever they hear the word Nike, they need to drop their eyes, look down at their shoes, and walk past all provocatively dressed women. The family states that it's meant to help the men's eyes from seeing what they shouldn't be looking at. It also controls any lustful thoughts the men might have after the women that aren't dressed by the Duggar family standards. The code warning gives them an opportunity to follow their rules discreetly without really embarrassing anyone. Well, except for Nike, because we can't imagine the company approving of this code word. Nike might be all about just do it, but the Duggars are definitely switching that up to just don't. Modern modest. With all these fashion rules, the family must have invented a whole new Duggar couture line, right? Well, kind of. In their book, the Duggar girls coined the term modern modest as it's best fit the description of the style they're usually wearing. It allows them to experiment with a wide array of styles, but still stay modest and practice the rules set by the family. They say that their closet mainly consists of tank tops, but that they have to slightly modify them to stay within the Duggar fashion rules. Jill even says she likes to get creative because it's really hard to find tank tops that don't scoop low. Ginger also said that she would never wear a tie-dye shirt because that's just a huge no-no. Their #1 rule is to always look for a bargain because you can buy 10 outfits for the price of one. They also state that they often share clothes with each other. We can't even imagine what their sisterly fights over clothes look like. Overall, the Duggar couture is still going strong, and whether you like it or not, this family seems to be set by these fashion rules and isn't planning on changing them. And that's it for our video. What do you think about the Duggar family? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco. See you next time!